when you acquire a business, in the first year you expect to spend some significant amount to actually be able to upgrade the capacity and capability of the business to our standard. As you know, that business was a privately owned business, and therefore the kind of processes and systems you have in place are not to the standard that we would expect. Clearly, it's a one-off. The interest cost is more related to the fact that we had to use bank debt to fund the capacity enhancement with the rebuilding of the Moshi plant, which will help us be able to deliver more sales in the new year. What we can say at this stage is what we expect the profitability of that business to be. What we do know, though, is that we will get a lot more synergies coming through on the cost side, in particular. We'll use the EABL group capability in sourcing cereals, in sourcing other material, but also in the way that we manage the business overall from a skill set perspective, and we expect to benefit going forward.
I think we've been very upfront that there's a shift at some level from legitimate alcohol brands to illicit brews, which, like I said in the room, is at variance with the spirit of the Act. Okay, it's not consistent with the spirit of the Act. Clearly, that would have had some impact on our business. I guess all that we are saying is that within the business also, there's so much opportunity that the impact of that is well mitigated against by some of the other interventions that we're putting in the market. I talked about how we look to expand our route to market, how we create a stronger footprint, the investment that we're putting in marketing and all of that. So it's very difficult, just on account of the resilience of our people and the agility and all the work that they did to fill that gap. It's very difficult to strip out what has been the exact impact of the Alcohol Drinks Control Act. Because if you look at the results of last year, we had shown Kenya, KBL, at about +2%, +3% growth. And this year, it's just about flat on the beer side. So you can see that, yes, there's an impact, but it's not as significant as people have made it. Not because it could not be potentially, but because the management and the team have focused on really bridging the gap. Back to what I said in the room, so that we don't come to you, investors and media, and give the Alcohol Drinks Control Act as the excuse. But to your point, in the long term, we have to find a solution to it. We are encouraged, like I said, by the willingness of the government to dialogue with us. And in fact, for that matter, we've had a series of conversations with the government in terms of what needs to change, what needs to be amended. Some of you would have read in the newspapers that, in fact, a first reading of a potential amendment was read on the floor of the Parliament about a month or so ago. So we're doing all of that to make sure that it is removed. For now, the impact has been mitigated by the interventions that the team have made. Regarding Southern Sudan, you're asking that, are we there at all? What are we doing there? Like I said in the room, Southern Sudan remains a key market for us strategically, not just because it fits very well into the whole purpose of covering the Eastern African geography, but also on account of the sheer potential of that market itself, the population, the weather and all of that. And so, yes, we're there. We are actually market leaders in that market. We've got Tusker there. Tusker is the biggest brand. It's the biggest beer brand in Southern Sudan. We've got Guinness in the market. In terms of the future, that's what I spoke to in the room, by way of we are in the process of analyzing what's our best route to market. Should that be a greenfield? Should that be a joint venture? That's exactly the process we are going through now on account of the fact that the market has opened up. So that's where we are.